This is Valley News Live at noon.
New at noon, 5 people are now indicted in a drug trafficking ring in North Dakota. The U.S. Attorney for North Dakota says the 5 people are all involved in a drug ring on the Spirit Lake and Turtle Mountain reservations. One of the people involved is from Arizona. The 4 others are from North Dakota. Throughout the investigation, authorities found more than 30 pounds of meth and tens of thousands of dollars. The 5 people will now head to trial on their charges. It's a beautiful day outside, but it may be the last nice day that we see for quite a while. We want to head on over to Summer Schnellbach now with a look at our weather. Good afternoon, Summer.
Good afternoon, Jordan. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Enjoy the bright blue skies while we have them, because things will take a turn as early as tonight. But temperatures for your lunchtime hour warming up quite nicely into the 40s and 50s. It's 47 in Bemidji, 44 up in Hallock, 50 in both Grand Forks and Fargo. But check out Sisseton. 56 balmy degrees on this November day. Throughout our day in Fargo, we'll warm up into those lower to maybe even mid 50s with this abundant sunshine that we're seeing before clouds start to increase heading into our dinner time hour. This sets us up for big changes. We'll start to see some rain throughout the day tomorrow, but by Thursday, first alert weather day, because we'll see a possible break in the rain and snow in the morning, but wraparound snow with colder air being pulled in and gusty north winds. That could cause some travel impacts starting to develop by Thursday evening. And by Friday, the snow continues. The morning commute could definitely be tricky for some folks. Cold and windy still with continued gusts over 35 to 40 miles per hour. And Jordan, we might see some shovelable snow for some, maybe even snow blowable snow in other areas. I'll have your hour-by-hour forecast and where we expect the highest snowfall amounts coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, yeah, get that snowblower started today. You don't want to have to do it when there's already snow sitting outside.
Yeah, good idea.
All right, thank you, Summer. It is now 12:03. One man is recovering from being shot in the head, and the suspected shooter is in jail. Red Lake County deputies say it happened yesterday afternoon in a home in Oakley. When authorities arrived, they found Cody Landrus with a gunshot wound to his head. He's now in a Fargo hospital for treatment. 27-year-old Oliver Burhow of Fertile, Minnesota was treated for a head injury and then taken to the Crookston jail on an assault charge. The sheriff's office says the 2 men do know each other. No other details about that shooting have since been released. It's been 19 years and there is still no sign of a St. John's University student who walked out of a party and was never seen again. Authorities say on this day in 2002, then 20-year-old Joshua Goumond was last seen at a party just before midnight. The Stearns County Sheriff's Department says the case is still active and ongoing. If anyone has information on this case, they're urged to call your local law enforcement. The man accused of stabbing a woman 38 times and killing her is found incompetent to stand trial. 80-year-old Aljean Vossen was recently arrested as the suspect in that stabbing from back in 1974. Police say new DNA evidence linked him to that murder in a Wilmer, Minnesota home. However, a judge says Vossen has Alzheimer's and doesn't understand what's going on. Farmers in North Dakota will soon get more help dealing with their mental health following a tough year. A $500,000 federal grant is expected to be used on behavioral health and counseling programs. It's to help farmers cope with the stress from the drought, lower commodity prices, and other subsequent issues. A married couple is suing a fertility clinic and its owner after an IVF mix-up led 2 women to give birth to the other's baby. After having their first child naturally, Daphne and Alexander needed help having a second. They ended up using in vitro fertilization. They got pregnant and welcomed a baby girl in September of 2019. But the baby didn't resemble either parent and even appeared to be of a different race. A DNA test confirmed the infant was not their biological daughter. Daphne was implanted with a stranger's embryo, who in turn received theirs. That woman, who wishes to remain anonymous, gave birth a week later to the other's biological daughter. The babies were 4 months old when this finally was all figured out, and the process of returning the children to their biological parents then started. The difficult part, though, was breaking the news to the older children.
Having to tell her that her 4-month-old baby sister wasn't really her sister, and that there was another baby that it was just a whole, how do you say that to a 5-year-old? And we struggled with that for so long. We finally told her, and, you know, I think it's really profoundly changed her.
The family is now suing their doctor, the California Center for Reproductive Health, and a third-party embryology lab for alleged misconduct, including medical malpractice and negligence. The two families do say they keep in touch. Pfizer is expected to seek FDA authorization for its vaccine booster for anyone 18 or older. The move could happen as soon as this week. Meanwhile, Dr. Jill Biden kicked off a nationwide effort to get kids vaccinated against COVID-19. The First Lady visited a school in Virginia where kids age 5 to 11 were being vaccinated. And that visit marks the first White House visit to a pediatric COVID-19 vaccination clinic since the CDC recommended the use of the pediatric Pfizer vaccine on November 2nd. It's a serious problem many of you might be dealing with, but there is now a new approach in treating back pain. But next, a nice afternoon is in store, but our mild days are numbered. Summer Schnellbach has your full forecast right after the break.